We continue to follow the breaking news. A federal judge has ruled the Justice Department can unseal records from Ghislaine Maxwell's 2021 sex trafficking case. Last month, the DOJ asked two judges to unseal grand jury transcripts and exhibits from Maxwell and Epstein cases, along with investigative materials. It could amount to hundreds or thousands of previously unreleased documents. Let's bring in CBS News Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane to talk about this. So, Scott, what do we know about this ruling?
From a federal judge in Manhattan, it wasn't wholly surprising, but nevertheless, it does allow the Department of Justice to do something it typically can't do, to unseal what a grand jury looked at when making a charging decision. This is the grand jury that looked into Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirator in the trafficking of young women and girls. The timetable's not clear, but it's not happening in a vacuum, is it, Vlad? It's happening days after the president signed a law passed by Congress, pressed by members of both parties, to release the full Epstein case files. These grand jury materials involving Ghislaine Maxwell are a subset of the full Epstein case files, but one they needed the court's approval to release. What's also worth mentioning is a federal judge in Florida a few days ago approved the Department of Justice's request to release and unseal grand jury records in a 2005 investigation of Jeffrey Epstein. It happened, well, 2 decades ago.
All right, so what impact does this ruling have on the other evidence that's out there?
It's a great question because there is this deadline of December 19th, which is not that far away, for the Department of Justice to release the full Jeffrey Epstein case files and the untold number of hundreds of thousands of pages that would be included there. But it's unclear if they'll release everything, because the Department of Justice was ordered by the president and quickly said yes when the president said he wants an investigation of Democrats who may have been tied to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. Well, that investigation, newly launched, could give the Department of Justice cover to hold some records back. So it's an open question what we will see when December 19th arrives and how quickly they'll turn around the records they are now blessed by the courts to unseal and release.
And so when might these documents be released, and who, more importantly, will have access to them?
Yeah, the law passed by Congress and signed by the president, Vlad, not only requires the release of the files, but requires they be reviewable, searchable for the general public, and for lack of a better phrase, readable and digestible for the general public. Not clear they'll have that ready by December 19th either. It really could be a matter of how much, not whether everything is released.
All right, Scott MacFarlane coming to us with that breaking news. We really appreciate you jumping in front of the camera for us, Scott. Thank you.